Start recording. Okay, guys, I'm so happy to see all your faces. So it is June 29th. We are in the midst of summer. Tonight, I'm super excited to get kicked off the first of many of this like page training that I'm taking. And I've been hesitant about sharing it with you guys because it is really complicated and you need a lot of patience for it because we're talking algorithms and very, very smart people who built Facebook. And so as I was going through all the data, and I'm doing my own training at my own pace, which is great. I don't want you guys to have to pay for the training. I want to be able to teach it to you. It's doing lots of split tests and lots of marketing things that I'm learning about. So I'm going to share all of that with you. But I started browsing through a lot of people's pages on our team. And there are some amazing posts out there. There are some really consistent people. There's some people who aren't consistent. And I thought, you know what, before we even get to learning about a like page, we need to talk about your personal billboard. We got to get that fixed before you spend any time. It's sort of like trying to ride a bike when you've never worn a helmet, you've never even gotten on a tricycle, and you're gonna go try to ride around the block on a two-wheeler. So we're gonna just go through a personal billboard, and I really wanna talk to you guys tonight about vision and about not really branding, because we've talked about that stuff, but I wanna spend some time showing you some awesome, tangible examples on how you can share your story through pictures. Okay, so that's really what my goal is going to be for tonight. So with that being said, you guys can feel free to interrupt me at any time. It works best if everyone just mutes it, especially if you have other children in the house. Like I've got my three who are still awake. And if you want to just jump off mute and let me know, I'm happy to stop at any time so that we can talk about it, because I want you guys to understand and really learn from this call. So with that being said, I'm going to jump on into our PowerPoint tonight. And here we go. I don't even know PowerPoint that well to know how to make it big. Does anyone know what I clicked to make it big? Amy? Let's see. All right, you know what? We're just going to deal with it like this. I'm not really sure how to do it. Okay. All right. Announcements. So there's a reason that I beat live events to a pulp, because once you go to one, you'll be like, oh, that's what she was talking about. There's a Super Saturday coming up on a Super Saturday and a Super Sunday. So the one locally for the Connecticut gang is Sunday the 7th in Trumbull from 8:30 in the morning until 1. Now, Super Saturdays are a great way to really just sort of get a little taste of what Beachbody's about. The energy is amazing. And what I love to do, I'm going to invite a bunch of my challengers who I think would be amazing coaches, because at least for the Trumbull one, like someone who's not a coach or someone who's like not a selling coach pays $5 for a ticket, and they're going to get a free workout and they're going to get a ton of motivation. And y'all know the Beachbody Challenge, maybe some of you don't, but anytime someone finishes a workout program, they can submit their before and after pictures for the Beachbody Challenge. And one of my favorite things about Summit last year is that on the last night, they have the 10 finalists. Maybe they narrow it down to 8. And there's a finalist, and these stories are so moving about these people's journey that have lost weight, gained their life back. And so there's a grand prize winner who wins $100,000 at Summit. So one of the finalists is actually from Connecticut. He's going to be at the Trumbull Super Saturday on August 7th. So I'm super excited about that. But I know that there are other celebrity trainers coming to other ones. So Faithfully Fit, as great as she is, she pulled websites, and I'm recording this so you guys don't have to write it word for word. But our California girls, our Texas friends, our Pennsylvania friends, these are the links for you to find out the Super Saturday information for you in your local area. Our Florida girls, Orlando, Boca Raton, another Dallas. So there's definitely some good Super Saturdays. If your location is not on here, this is the website where it's TBB, Team Beachbody Coach 411.com/super-Saturday. You plug in your zip code and you can find a Super Saturday near you. So they're amazing. They really are life changers for a lot of people who are kind of thinking about coaching, and they really jump on the bandwagon after being surrounded by all that energy. Okay, we had a couple new coaches finish getting started right. So I'm going to turn it over to you, Pam Blackwell, if you want to just jump off your mute.
All right, take me a second. I don't think she's on the call, but Melissa finished her getting started right training and just jumped right into it. She's signing up her, I think she was hoping to get it done today, her last for Success Club 5, a third challenge pack for this month. So she'll hopefully be at 5 for the month. And she's working really, really hard. Like, it's really great to watch her taking it so seriously. She keeps saying, oh, I'm going slow and steady, but what she's really doing is delving into everything. Like, she's setting up her streak, and she's going through the back office. She's doing everything in a huge amount of detail. And I feel like I'm already learning from her because she's being so meticulous about everything she's doing, which is just going to get her off and running incredibly. So
awesome. Good job. So awesome. And did Heidi, was she able to jump on? Is Heidi on this call? I don't think I see her. Okay, so I'm just going to jump in and talk for Jennifer. Jennifer also, she's a mama of twin, I think 2-year-olds, 2.5-year-olds maybe. Yeah, they look like May's age, which, woo, double the trouble. So double the joy, double the mess, double the chaos. But Jennifer also just finished too, and Jennifer, I haven't had a one-on-one with you, but I've loved watching your story on Facebook. You are doing an awesome job just getting right on there and sharing yourself. So I feel like I know you from what I see when I do jump on our newsfeed. And if you want to ask me at a separate time, I always try to stay off of the newsfeed, but I have a newsfeed that I make for just our team. So I can click on it and literally it's the Faithfully Fit newsfeed and it's only you guys on it. And so that way it eliminates me from getting pulled in too many directions and all of a sudden 20 minutes has gone by. So that's sort of how I try to jump on that at least once a day. But your posts have been awesome. So great job. Thank you. I don't think that Terry is on the call either, but Terry's working with Heidi as well, and she just got through the training. And those of you that have been through it know it's an intensive training. So 2 weeks of sort of delving into it and getting into it. And I mean, it's only been 23 months for me, but I remember being like, I don't understand a lot of this. It was really overwhelming. So awesome job, you guys, for getting through that and being on the call, both of you. Okay, I'm going to recognize just a couple of people. So Brandy Truex isn't on the call tonight, but she just adopted a third child. This child is her, let's see, so her 2-year-old, and she has Olivia, and she's got Lloyd. So she had them first, and then Lloyd's biological brother, Trevor, was also adopted by Brandy and her husband, Terry. So they definitely have a lot going on, going from just boom, you're a family of 5. And she has also just stayed not only so consistent with her posts, and I really wanted to highlight her because that's what we're talking about tonight, but also she pushes it in her fitness. I mean, you guys look at her. Look how awesome she looks. She has been really, really working on her own fitness journey. And we always say, like, that's a vital behavior. And a lot of times where I feel like my business is spinning out of control, I have to stop and I'm like, you know what I need to do this week? I need to really get into my workouts. I need to not check my email first, not check my back office. I need to get up. I need to have my quiet time. I need to have my workout. And when I go back to getting in that routine, it's always puts my mind in the right place. So I just wanted to highlight her. She looks awesome. She's rocking the whole family of 5 thing, which that was probably our hardest transition. So I wanted to highlight her. I also wanted to highlight Laura, who's on the phone, on the Zoom call. So she also just adopted her 3rd baby, and she just brought John home from China. And so she and the whole family are jet lagged. So it's been fun to watch your journey on Facebook too. I love the one of John totally jet lagged, sleeping in the middle of the day. So not only is Laura handling her own jet lag and also dealing with 3 kids who all went to the grocery store for the first time. I don't know if it was today or yesterday. It sort of blends. but she's also dealing with a baby who is on jet lag. So, and that's big time jet lag. We're talking like day-night confusion as a toddler. So, but she's been back to her posts. I saw a before and after picture, and she's like not let any time go by since she got back to the States, and she's boom, right back on it. So awesome job and congratulations. So happy for your family. Okay, and then Kara. So Kara is one of the most consistent posters that we have on our team. And Kara will tell you that she struggles with Success Club. So she and I are definitely working together. We've got a call on Friday. And I really think that we need to somehow broaden her audience. But if you ever need inspiration, or if you ever want ideas on how she really lays out her vision, which I'll be talking about in a second, she does an amazing job sharing her story. And this post especially came from the heart. It was a really good post about some struggles that her family's gone through. And she just, this is how her posts go every time. She takes a lot of time crafting them, and that's exactly what she needs to keep doing, and she will find the right audience. I know she will. So just wanted to highlight some of those non-scale victories. And then for the first half of June, I did not run a Success Club point yet because we still have like 2 more days, but Dina's blowing everyone away as usual. She just is charging. She did say to me today, I think she's at Success Club 22. So Dina, how many months have you been sharing now? Show me with your hands. 6, 5, 3, 4, 7, 5. So 5 months, and she still is probably still tapping into her warm market, but some of her call to actions are definitely bringing in new people, and she's getting a ton of referrals. And the fact that she can keep up the pace of Success Club 20 to 30 for 5 months straight is unbelievable. It's amazing. So I'm excited for her to start her like page so that when that dries up, she's got a plan B. But awesome job to Pam Blackwell on the leaderboard, Amy Whitcomb, Kiera Smart are on the leaderboard. So you guys are inspiring, and you have me picking up my phone and reaching out to people because you inspire me all the time with your consistency with numbers. So awesome job to all of you. I think Pam Blackwell had her, like she was at Success Club like 14 on like the 3rd. That was amazing. Okay. All right. And this is something new. So Faithfully Fit, who's my virtual admin, she's actually a discount coach. She's been a discount coach for a long time. She works for another team. She has a couple other coaches that she helps, and she has brought so many cool, fresh ideas to the table. So this is a new idea that at the end of every month, she's making a sticker that welcomes new coaches. I know many of you have your own private pages. So if you have private pages like, My Balderac Babes, or Strong as the New Skinny is Megan's private page with just challengers or people from your freemiums, and you want to highlight a new coach, whether they're a discount coach or whether they're a sharing coach, this is a great sticker. You can take it straight from the poach page. You don't want to share it from the poach page. You want to actually like save the photo and then make your own post, because the people in your group won't be able to see the poach page post if you try to share it, since this is a private group. But one thing that we talk about a lot in our regional meetings and our mastermind calls is that sometimes we as coaches are the ones that label our people as you're a discount coach, or we don't really credit them. Like they come on as a coach and they say they want to do it because they want the discount, and we always just call them a discount coach, or we'll say, you're getting this for the discount, instead of really treating them like they're joining a team. And so a lot of the most successful coaches in the network, one of the things that they really attribute it to is the fact that they treat every brand new coach the exact same. Some do a coach welcome letter. I used to do one. Some do a coach video. Some just get a billboard like this on a private page. But if you're treating every single coach like they're joining a team, a lot of times you're going to get more of those discount coaches that love the feeling of a team and want to do more with it once you're able to start to have those conversations. So this is a great thing that that Tracy, Faithfully Fit Tracy, is going to post at the end of every month. Feel free to use it and tag your people in your own private groups just to show them a little recognition and to make them feel part of something bigger. Okay. Any questions on announcements or recognition?
Tracy, I just typed in the question. I didn't know. I didn't want to interrupt you, but
sorry.
so like, when I offer to upgrade people, some of them like specifically say to me like, I never want to sell. I know I don't want to sell, but I'm like, no, you don't have to. So do you think that like someone like that, it would kind of scare them if all of a sudden now I'm putting on my private group page, like, look who's coaching,
It could. I mean, I think you have to use your best judgment. When I first started, and my coach wasn't selling, so Kelly was like, I'm going to introduce you to the health nuts. And I was like, girl, you better not. Like, I did not want my face on her health nuts. I did not want to be part of a team. I didn't want any of that. But over time, as Kelly talked to me more, then I was fine with it because I got more comfortable with it. So you got to use your best judgment. But if there's someone who's like adamant or like very, very shy about Facebook, then
okay.
Yeah. And there's so many names on there too that you could plug it on there and just not tag whoever's uncomfortable.
Yep.
Okay, so Heidi jumped on. Hi, Heidi.
Hi, sorry.
It's okay. Heidi, I'm going to go back. I highlighted Laura a little bit for her adoption, but did you want to say anything about Jennifer completing her GSR?
Yeah, sure. Is Jennifer on?
Yep.
Awesome. And I don't think Terry's on. Is Laura on?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, cool. Yeah, no, I'm really proud of Jennifer for completing it just because, as we all know, we always have a lot to juggle at one time. And I know that for most of us, this is like totally out of our comfort zone. And I know that, she and I had a long talk this morning, and she's just one of those people that I just love working with so much because of her heart and her sincerity and her dedication to this. So I'm really proud of you, Jennifer. Keep up the good work, and thank you for sticking to it. It'll definitely pay off.
Thanks, Heidi.
Awesome. Okay, so June contest. Before we move on, I've got all the names right here, fair and square, in a roll up. And Pam Blackwell gets to pick her prize. Where is she? I can't find her face. There she is. All right, girl, you get to go back and pick. Awesome job on your posting, and you deserve that for like blowing through Success Club 10 on the 2nd of the month.
Nice job, Pam.
Good job.
Thank you.
Good job. Okay, so as I said when we first started off the call, so this is the first of it'll probably take me 5 series to get through the like page stuff. We are going to be talking about our public billboard, and this is something that really became an aha moment for me when I came back in January from the 2-star Diamond Leadership Retreat. That was definitely a game changer in my business. Not that Summit wasn't. Summit was for something different. Platinum Edge was for something different. But to be surrounded by so many coaches who were 2 to 5-star was at that meeting, and to hear what they were doing and to really kind of meet someone and then go back to my hotel room and look at their like page, I was blown away because they were treating their business so much more like a business than I was, based on the way that they were sharing their story through their pictures. And so I'm talking like going through like pages and people who have like 23,000 followers. And I'm like, how does that happen? I'm like excited about my 400, So I started asking a lot of questions. We started talking about it in our mastermind calls. I started hearing about this training. This gentleman by the name of Jesse Reagan does this training for several different Beachbody coaches. And it's a full money back guarantee. It's a self-paced training, but the people that have gone through this training, at least in my mastermind call, have absolutely said it's a game changer. So I'm almost 2 years into it, and I think it was the month of May, I really was like hustling, you guys, for Success Club. I think I ended up at like Success Club 14, but when I say like I was pulling nights where I was up until like 1 a.m. inviting people, I'm like, I cannot be this stressed about Success Club. And not that it was stressing me out in a bad way, but I was literally like, it was good because it had me combing through every person I've ever talked to. And it did generate some great momentum again. So boom, like June has been much easier, but I don't want to be like that. You guys don't want to be like that in 2 years where you're like clawing and being like, who is going to be my next person? And meanwhile, I'm going into my like page and I'm just promoting. I don't know if you guys know about that button, but there's a boost button next to your post that you do. I'm like sinking $20 here, $10 here, $20 here, $10 here, trying to get some random people off of cyberspace to engage with my post for me to like start a relationship with them. I'm like, this just something has to change. So that's sort of how I got interested and talked to other coaches and really saw what sharing your story through pictures can do for your business. Okay, so with that little intro, I'm going to just go about talking about your vision. So all of you on this call, I'm pretty sure, have been through the Getting Started Right training. If you've been through that training, you've gone through the exercise of like, who am I? And writing down like 10 things of who you are. That's like a great little exercise for someone who's new into the business to figure out who you are, how do you want to market yourself, who's your niche customer. But really, you want to have a vision for your business. And let's just back up for a second. Like our mind shift has to be of this too, that we are not coaches for a job. If you're putting time into this, you're really building a business, which means you have to think about how you're branding yourself and how you want to differentiate yourself from 24,999 other Beachbody coaches, half of whom are also on Facebook. So you got to think about what is your vision for your business? What is your plan? How do you want to help people? What does the post that you're about to put up say about you? So that's one thing that you have to think about. And as you're sort of like thinking about how to brand yourself, many of you guys have come up with your own logos. So I found Megan's, but it wasn't on her banner. So Megan, we want to make sure that we get your brand on your banner. Heidi, yours is not on your banner yet, so I couldn't find your logo. But I'm not saying everyone has to have a logo, but it sort of marries with one another. Like as you're thinking about your team and who you are and who your niche customer is, you're going to be branding, but then you also want to have your own personal vision. What is it that you're passionate about that you want to share with other people? I did not have my own brand or my own logo until I'd been a coach, I think, for probably like 13 or 14 months. So I started with my logo first. That's sort of what worked for me. I came up with the 4 pillars of my business and I sort of worked it from there. Your way in figuring out your vision and your brand might be different. But before you even can get a like page really up and running to start marketing it, you have to have a place that when people land on that like page, they know exactly what they're working with, what they're dealing with. And another time, this is not the call to get into like what your banner should look like or what your profile page, picture should look like. We'll get into that in the next call for sure. And I will give you really cheap places where you can outsource. Like I'm talking like $10 to get your banner done with some really awesome pictures. And you don't even need to go get a professional photographer. For those of you that come to the Diamond Retreat, you're going to get professional pictures. That's going to be one of my gifts to you. But I'm learning about all kinds of clip art, and I'm doing a call to action tomorrow night. It's a picture that was taken with my Mac, and I've made it look somewhat professional. I'm not great at it, and I'm not a perfectionist when it comes to this stuff, and I did it in 5 minutes. 5 minutes. I took a picture of myself and put it on a banner, and boom, it's going to be my call to action for tomorrow. So figure out what you're going to do to get your page looking like your vision and like your brand. Okay? Any questions so far?
No, good so far.
Okay. All right. So what we're going to talk about tonight is inviting through your pictures. And I'm going to show you some really good examples. So trust that your audience is paying attention. I know that we've talked about this on the box chain. It's come up. There's been a lot of success stories. I've heard a few things in the Coach from an Awesome Coach page, but your audience is watching. They will sit and watch. I just had someone in the 5-day sneak peek tonight say that she watched me for 1 year until she finally sent me a text message 2 days after Christmas and was like, okay, I've been watching. I need to know what you're doing. I know I'm not the only one that has a story like that, but trust that they're watching. So you want your pictures to be subliminal, and you want your pictures to be purposeful about what you do as a coach. So I'm going to show you some examples of both of those. But we want our pictures to show our lifestyle, our family life, our values, what we struggle with, what our victories are, what our failures are. That all ties into your vision. So write those words down if you haven't already, so that they can sort of spawn things for you to think about your vision. And those can be really great things that you think about when you're preparing your posts. So let's talk about subliminal examples for a second, okay? So this was a post that I did almost a year ago, maybe last fall. Yeah, I can tell by my runner that it was last fall. So I talked about the fact that there were leftover crab legs. Stefan and I must have had some sort of a date night, because we don't eat crab legs like on a Tuesday night. So I don't know what that was from, but I had leftover crab legs. I'm eating on paper plates. I was talking about the fact that it was like a thunderstorm going on upstairs with all 4 kids running back and forth. And I was like, no one is stopping me from enjoying this amazing meal. Now, I have my Shakeology cup, but this was not a Shakeology post. But my Shakeology cup is in the background. But my vision is, because I want to really make myself real to people. Yes, we eat on paper plates. Yes, we are, a messy house because I don't have it all together. And I'm drinking my water out of my Shakeology cup. I'm not drinking any wine. I'm not drinking a beer, because it was probably a weeknight. And probably in my post, I talked about the fact that to be healthier, I was trying to cut wine out of my repertoire. But that's just a subliminal post. I was just talking about being a mom, talking about how crazy my kids are upstairs. My vision is really making myself real to other moms and not making them feel like I have it all together, because I definitely don't. So that's an example of a subliminal post. This is Janelle Summers, my favorite, one of my favorite coaches. She's Shalene's little sister. She is talking in this post about the fact that she's procrastinating on her workout. She's not talking about Shakeology. She's not talking about anything other than the fact that she procrastinates, and when it's done, she feels amazing. So she says, get your pre-workout drink on, get your workout clothes on, and you're going to feel great. She's not talking about Energize. She's not talking about Shakeology. She's not talking about anything that we sell, but she's holding some sort of a drink in her hand. There's not even a Shakeology cup, but she's holding something that if someone were to look at that and see that amazing gym, they'd be like, I wonder what she's taking. I wonder what that is. It's subliminal. She's not in their face, but she's telling a lot in this picture. And look, 537 likes, 59 comments. So she's a great one to follow. These are great names for y'all to write down too, to go just peek at their pages to get an idea on how they share themselves with their pictures. Janelle Summers. Okay, so let's talk about posts that speak about vision purposefully. Okay, so Melanie Mitro, her page is called Committed to Getting Fit. So she does an amazing job planning out her workout posts. I know for a fact, after hearing her talk at the 2-Star Diamond Retreat, that she will take her workout pictures the week before, and on Sunday, she crafts every single post. So that was one of the things that was the biggest game changer for me. Now, does that mean that I've done it consistently since January? No, because I still have a lot of kids at home and a babysitter that sometimes doesn't show up. But one thing that I have started to do is on my bat, and I'm not just printing this because you guys are on the call, like I use this thing religiously. And at the bottom, I will write down what my post is going to be for the day, like my good post. So I know in the beginning when we're baby coaches, we talk about posting 2 to 3 times a day. We tell people in the 5-day sneak peek and they're like, what? That's a lot of posting. And you sort of have to do that in the beginning to build your affinity. But then as you get established and more people start to know what you're doing, in my opinion, and this is just one little coach with my opinion, if you have 1 quality post a day, that to me is okay. Because you are going to be attracting the right person with a good post. So let's say that Melanie does a great job. I mean, she really does post 2 to 3 times a day, but this post right here, she's talking about God's plan, and she attaches a Bible verse here, and she talks about what her background is. Her background is in like special education, and how she ended up becoming a coach, and it was never anything that she would have ever thought. But she shares her story in this workout picture. And I've got another one of her right here. Here's another one, Excuses Don't Burn Calories. And she talks about, basically just kind of pushing through your excuses. And she really does think through each workout post. And every morning, she is so consistent. She has a post every single morning of a workout. Now, I know that wasn't the workout she just did, but basically what she's doing is she gets her workout done, she takes a picture, she goes about her day. And then she's got the crafted post that she did on Sunday, and she's got one from Monday through Saturday, and she goes upstairs and she posts it. Boom. So she's got it done. So part of the power hour that you're taking on a Tuesday should be planning what your post is going to be on a Wednesday if you're going for really quality posts. And that might take 20 minutes of your power hour, but I promise you, if you're still like doing freemiums and bringing more people into your network, those great posts are going to pay off. So let's go back to this girl right here, Sarah Reagan Fitness. So this is awesome because she's just got a picture of herself and 20 benefits of exercise. She is also a personal trainer. So her vision right there is she's passionate about training, right? She's passionate about what exercise does. Melanie will tell you, like, she's super passionate about eating clean and about getting her workout in the morning. Like, it's just a non-negotiable. She really, really dials into her workouts for sure. This one with the whole team on the right, that is Chelsea Pearson. So Chelsea is really big into like relationships and friendships, and she's like best friends with a lot of her coaches that she actually found on Instagram and has become like the very best friends. They do trips together. I mean, they're able to sort of like pick up and leave better than probably most of us are on this call. But that post right there is just a post that she talks about finding people who challenge and inspire you and spend a lot of time with them, and it will change your life. And she just talks about how that has been impactful in her own life. This one. This is Brittany Leggett. She's a top 10 coach. So she has, she's about like, I don't know, in her first trimester, and she's got all these bottles in her hand, and she's talking about it's the first time in 2 months that she hasn't had to start the day with a needle in her leg, or I don't remember it, but she'd given herself 75 injections. She's off fertility medicine. She's got a thriving pregnancy. Maybe she's in the beginning of her second trimester, but she doesn't use her face in this picture. She just is sending a message with this picture that she took probably in her bathroom or her bedroom. She used a lot of great light. Boom, there's her picture. She shares herself. She's got this cute little tee on, and people are connecting with her, especially, I'm assuming, that she's probably branded herself and that her niche customer is probably someone else who's had fertility issues or has been in her shoes before that can really relate to her. But this is a great post that really is sharing her story through her picture and her vision. Y'all probably saw this one today. This was just like, I love the coaching aspect because I love seeing coaches take their business and flourish. Like, that brings me so much joy to see you guys like start your own teams and recruit your own teams and have your own calls and have your own one-on-ones, and to see you guys get excited. I love that. And it literally is what I used to do 15 years ago in a management job that I had. But I talk in this one just about like there's a PowerPoint in the making, and guess what? Our team is about helping each other be successful. And there are a lot of people I know that are reading that post that are sitting in a job that they don't like, feeling like something is unfair, that they got gypped about something, that they don't like their coworkers. It's a beautiful summer day, and they're like annoyed, and they're able to kind of just understand a little bit more about, maybe I should talk more about what coaching is. There's someone that read that post today because I know someone's watching it, and that is a way to sort of share your vision through a story. This one is Lindsay Madaway. Love Lindsay Madaway, another top 10 coach. You guys have seen the little thing. We've probably used it in a lot of our challenge groups. Life is 10% of what happens and 90% of how we handle it. I love this because she plopped herself down right in front of a bunch of detour and road closed signs. And she's been talking about some struggles that she had been going through. And she used that picture, made herself lower, have the pictures as the pinnacle point, the road signs as the pinnacle point in her picture here. And there's a lot to be said about this picture and what it says. And she's talking about rewriting and rerouting your life and pushing forward and adversity. And so that's a vision for her. If you know her story is powerful. She got up at Summit last year and talked about it. She lost a brother. She's got 3 brothers, lost the brother she was the closest to, and it put her in a tailspin before she ended up coaching. And it's a really moving story. And so she's got a lot of examples in her life about overcoming detours. And so she shares that struggle through pictures on her page. And it's really awesome to see. All right, these are my last 2. So the girl on the left is a coach who I met at the 2-Star Leadership Retreat. She's got 15,000 followers on her like page. She's really into fitness, but she also had some infertility. She's got 2 older girls now, but she is just talking about the fact that it's Sunday. She's taken a day of rest. She's reading Girl Boss. So right there, she's talking about personal development. I know Megan and Nicole and I think Kira are reading that book right now. She is talking about the exercise that she's doing today is feeding her soul. She's got her pool in the backyard. She's talking about the fact that she's hanging out. She's helped people, and now she's going to help the people that she loves the most by being present, which I think is a really great post. The one on the right is Shay Stanford. So those of you have heard a lot of Shakeology YouTube videos. If you haven't, plug into Shay. She used to be a pharmaceutical rep. And so this is huge for her because she lived her career in her car. And she'll tell you that, like, for her, what got her to really think about coaching was when she's Lindsay Madaway, who I just showed you in the detour picture. That's Shay's coach. So Shay watched Lindsay for 2 years. I think she was a discount coach for 1. Dina, she's that girl that was like, no way, I'm not doing it. Shay's like, she's been a top 10 coach in the past. And when she walked into Lindsay's office for the first time to go to her house to talk about something and saw Lindsay's home office, that was the light bulb moment for Shay. And so Shay's got this beautiful office now. She looks like she's overlooking a golf course. She's so thankful that she's able to be at home with her 3 kids. And so she is sharing her vision and what's important to her through this picture. So that's my last example for you. Any questions on any of the pictures that you've seen so far? Okay. Heidi, is that a yes, no?
Oh, I was just going to say those are like incredible examples. You know, every time I listen to a national wake up call, I'll go and find that coach and like look and see how they post and what they do. And I'm like blown away every time I look at it. I'm like, oh my gosh, that's a great idea. I never thought of doing it that way. And I mean, it blows you away, like what they do and how they get their point across in such a beautiful fashion.
Yeah.
So like, I love all those examples. Those are awesome.
Yeah. Well, you can tell that they're crafted. So I don't know about you guys, but and again, like I still have improvement to go in here. I'm working on it. There are some Sundays we come in from out of town and I'm like, I haven't done anything for my posting for the next week. But there's also some like Saturdays that I'll take 2 hours and I'll get a bunch of posts done and I'll have them ready and written. So it's literally copying and pasting and putting it in there. But my first year, you guys, I would like finish my workout and be like, great, let me just get my post up done. Right? Or I'd be like, oh yeah, my kid's drinking Shakeology. Click, oh, May likes Shakeology. You know, like it was sort of like, at least for me, I was putting these posts up because I thought I was supposed to be posting, and it was more about quantity than it was about quality posts. And again, I'm not saying that those times aren't okay. Like I have spontaneous posts all the time that I'll put up. But when you start to get an audience that follows you, that's when you really want to at least do 1 post. So my post amounts have gone down since January, but the quality of my posts have gone up. And then when you start to get your own logo or you start to brand yourself, like now I'm putting the Faithfully Fit logo. It takes me 2 seconds on PhotoFi. I'm branding all of my pictures, and it's a slow process. Now I'll take, 10 pictures and I'll send them to my graphic girl, and I'm like, send these back to me. And they're like engagement pictures. Something about, like, I think she did sneakers. What kind of sneaker do you want to wear is on my wall today. I just found that picture. I actually Faithfully Fit found that picture, sent it to the graphic girl, and it's like I can have a couple of those sprinkled into my really good posts. But my personal goal is to have 5 really good thought out posts that mirror my vision and my brand, because that's what all of the coaches who have these really strong followings, that's what they do. It's part of their power hour. Okay, so when writing your posts, feel, felt, found. I used to feel this way. I felt that if I did this, and I found that I did this. Those of you that have a sales background, you probably know what that is. It's a little bit like, I used to feel that, Shakeology was just a protein shake, but I found that, after drinking it for a while, I have more energy than I ever thought of. So the feel, felt, found is kind of one way that you can think of how to kind of format your post. Share a struggle and a solution, and always incorporate your vision. All right, hold on. There's some chats here. Okay. Okay, so there's Dina's. Laura, are the same principles applicable for like and personal pages? Which ones are you talking about? Sorry, I didn't see this pop up.
Everything that we're talking about, essentially. Like, do you use the same principles for both your like page and your personal page?
Yes. Eventually, I'm moving off my personal page. Eventually, my personal page will be there really for like friends and coaches and family. And you'll see, like, if you go to Chelsea Pearson, she's got 2 of them. And on her personal page, like her banner says, I've moved. And so it's got an icon where you can click, and then she wants all of her business, all of her potentials driven to her like page. I haven't gotten to the part on how to do that yet. But that's going to be what the goal is, because Facebook too, you just never know when Facebook is going to start cracking down, right? Because Facebook wants you running business from a like page, but the like page algorithms from Facebook are constantly changing, and they're totally different than personal page. Like, for those of you that have a like page, you know that when you post on a like page, you can post the same thing on your personal page, and you might get 100 likes on your personal page and 2 on your like page. And it's because it's not showing up in people's news feeds. And so that's what this training that I'm in is showing you, is how to do split tests and find the right types of posts that are going to pop up in the news feed for the like pages, so that you can gain and track more followers. And Mandy, my graphic girl, I have 2 of them. One would love more business and one is tapped out. But I will tell you this, there's 2 places. You can go to Upwork, UPWORK, Upwork.com.
Okay.
Or you can go to Fiverr, FIVVER.com. And both of those places, Upwork is mostly like more like Middle Eastern, Indian. And Fiverr is people from the Philippines. Mm-hmm. And you can hire them. Like, you can hire someone for like $1.50 to $3 per graphic.
Okay.
To do it for you. And they're awesome.
Awesome. All right. Thank you.
Be ready to be like bombarded with candidates. So like if you're going to put a post up, make sure you've got time to work that night to start weeding through people. And when I do it, like for Upwork, I put a post up and I just took my best 5 and then I shut it down, because you'll get a lot of influx.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
Thanks.
But I'll post the girl who is willing for more business. She's in the States, so she's more expensive. So she charges like $4 an image, and it's just getting hard for me to justify that when I can get it for $1.50 from someone I find off Fiverr who's like really hungry to work, and their turnaround is immediate.
Yeah. Can I ask maybe a silly question?
Sure.
When you say graphics, do you mean like what, like on your banner, or what do you mean when you're using those people for graphics?
Any of my Facebook posts are my graphics. So if you go, if you go to my page, or really, like even just go to the coach page. So, like this right here, I didn't make that. I didn't make that. I didn't make that. And I didn't make that. So those are what I mean by graphics.
Okay.
So, and then like my Facebook page, what I'll do now is I'll take either myself or Faithfully Fit. We'll take like 10 pictures. It can be a recipe. It can be motivation. It can be engaging, because I do think the engaging posts are important. And we'll take those pictures and I'll send it to the graphics girl. And her job is just to make them all look like my brand, my colors, my fonts, everything sort of looks the same, so that when somebody sees the post in their newsfeed, they think Faithfully Fit or they think Tracy. So you want to, at some point, have it kind of tailored to you, but that might change a little bit with these split tests that I'm doing. So as I start to do split tests on my like page and figure out what colors and what shapes, it's really, really intricate, are attracting people, that might change a little bit. Right? You might see more of one color out of my brand than others based on when I get feedback on these tests. But like, there are some people that have gone through this training that have done like 79 tests. And it can literally be like this picture you're looking at right now. Maybe we change the color of her pants to red, and we change the Your Public Billboard to black. And all of a sudden that test gets 50 likes, whereas the one you're looking at right now only got 1 like. It can be something so slight. But once you find your split test, then there's an algorithm that you can go and find to really move in on that niche that you have found, and to go into that little pocket of people and start pulling out the ones that are going to want to, that you're going to want to work with. It's really like a science, honestly. Okay, let's see. Did I see one more question? I don't think so. All right, so the last thing. So common traits among a coach who's been coaching for 5 years. So this is one thing that we talk about on our mastermind call a lot, because the regional guys and gals have access to all these coaches that have been coaching for a long time. And one thing we talked about is like, what are the common traits? Because if someone's still coaching 5 years into it, they're definitely making a 6-figure business. They definitely have huge teams of selling coaches. They definitely have helped a plethora of people lose weight, find more energy, change their life somehow. But they always talk about consistency, and I know we hear that all the time. But one of the things that really stood out to me was that your best coaches are not the ones that you always start off with, right? Because as your vision becomes clear over time, and as your story unfolds, you are going to attract people that want to be like you. So this might be applicable to everyone except the sisters on the call, right? So the sisters are different, but like, I think about who were my first coaches. So my first coach was Pam Byrne, my first selling coach, and she rocked it all the way to diamond. And then some things happened, and it's not that she's not coaching, she's still a coach, but she's not growing a business. But as I've done this longer, I've been able to see things in people that I didn't know when I first started on why they'd be a good coach, and I'm so much more clear on where I want my own business to go. And that'll be the same thing for you guys. Patience, right? So it's a business, not a job. Right? There are people who invest hundreds of thousands of dollars in a startup, and their goal in the first 5 years is just to break even on the money that they invested in their startup. And so many, I can't tell you how many coaches I've had go through Getting Started Right training this year that have been like, you know what? I only made $400 this month, so I don't think it's for me. And I'm like, how much money do you want to make? You're starting a business. It's not a get rich quick. But you've just got to be patient with it. You've got to be patient with the weeks where you have, 5 discount coaches quit. You got to be patient with the weeks where you invite, a gazillion people to a challenge group and they all say no. So that was one of the things that they talked about. And third was confidence through competence. And as we learn more about our businesses and as we learn more about social media and network marketing and Beachbody as a whole and fitness and how to make our own journeys more in tune with what we're trying to do to be healthier ourselves, that's where your confidence grows, through the confidence of doing that. So I thought that those were just 3 things that I really wanted to share with you, because it's a good gut check to ask yourself, like, how consistent are you being in the areas that you know will grow your business? Are you being patient? And are you building confidence in yourself as a business owner through competence, through personal development, through watching training videos, through all the information that we have to tap into? So that's all I have for you guys tonight. There's one more question. Jennifer, do you share from your personal page to get views or post twice to both like and personal page? I have been posting twice. I've been posting to my personal page and my like page for over a year. And that was another reason I finally decided to invest in the training, because nothing is happening with my like page. Nothing. I am getting a little bit more views on the like page, but not engagement. Like, there's like maybe 98 people will look at a post, but not one likes it. So something's broken. Okay. Anyone else? Okay. We're good then. All right. So I think the next call is going to be geared towards Summit, but the next one I do on the like page is going to be getting into the nitty gritty of split testing. So put your thinking caps on and bring your notepads and get ready for that one. But in the meantime, this is something to definitely be going through and getting your story through pictures ready. Take time out of your power hour and get your post ready the best you can, and start small. It's summer. A lot of us have kids home, so you have to do what's possible. But I'm excited to see you guys kind of get prepared to launch your like pages. And Snapchat training, that's gonna come later. That's gonna come later. Yeah. But I am having fun on Snapchat. So if you're on, I'll send you a funny video. Juliet's pretty funny on Snapchat too. It's a time sucker. You got to be careful. All right, guys. It was great to see you guys. Bye.
Bye. Thank you.
Welcome.